There are comebacks, and then there is this one. Steve Nash, one of the greatest point guards in NBA history, returning, not to run the offense on the court, but to try and mold the direction of a franchise that once thrived under his leadership. The Phoenix Suns, after years of turbulence, trades, unmet expectations, and big-name upheaval, are bringing Nash back in a new role, with a mission. It's a return steeped in history, expectation, and above all, question. Can a legendary player once again help steer the ship? Not through his own stats, but through vision, mentorship, and strategic guidance? Let's set the stage. Nash's legacy with the Suns is well known. Back in the mid-2000s, he was the engine of the 7 seconds or less era, earning back-to-back MVPs, dazzling the league with his creativity, court vision, unselfish style. He made Phoenix synonymous with free flow, sharp shooting, fast breaks. But his coaching spell with the Brooklyn Nets from 2020 to 2022 ended with high hopes and frustrating results. He attempted to translate his basketball IQ into coaching success, yet the pieces didn't fall into place. Injuries mounted, expectations soared, and ultimately he was let go after a rough start in the 2022-23 season. Since then, Nash has explored media, consulting roles, and other ventures, but the Suns have always remained in the background of his story. Now, in September 2025, Suns owner Matt Ishbia officially announces that Steve Nash is being brought into the organization again, but this time, not in a coaching chair. Nash is now senior advisor to the Phoenix Suns. Ishbia's words are telling. Steve Nash was an amazing player, exactly what the Phoenix Suns are all about. His grit, toughness, and winning mentality have defined our organization in the past. I'm excited to share that Steve is formally joining the Suns as a senior advisor and will help us define our future for years to come. So what does this role actually entail? Senior advisor is a broad title. The details are still emerging. But from what's known, Nash will be part of the Suns' front oakser mix, working closely with executives, offering guidance on roster building, helping cultivate culture, mentoring younger players, providing input on coaching decisions, and maybe even helping idea generation on offensive styles, player development schemes, and how to bring winning DNA back to this team. It's not a full-time coaching role. He won't be coaching during games, making in-game substitutions, calling plays from the bench, but it is a voice with weight, authority, access, and a mandate to shape the identity and decision-making of the organization. For Nash, this is a second act that plays to his strengths. As a player, his greatest asset was his basketball mind, reading floors, understanding spacing, creating opportunities for teammates. As a coach, the transition was tougher. Communication, managing personalities, expectations, injuries. Some parts of coaching didn't align with the smooth flow of his playing days. As senior advisor, he has the opportunity to influence without bearing the full load of coaching pressure. It's more about influence than execution. It's about helping avoid past mistakes, rushing to chase stars, neglecting player development, not having clarity about team identity. Third, the expectations are high. Fans remember the days Nash made fast breaks look poetic. They remember playoff runs, the excitement, the MVP seasons. That legacy looms large. For Nash, stepping into this role means walking a tightrope, honoring past glory, but not being trapped by it, while also guiding a team that may be younger, less experienced, less star-laden, toward relevance. Managing expectations inside and outside the organization will be delicate. Let's talk timelines. The 2025-26 season becomes a kind of test case. Nash returns now so that he can begin influencing off-season moves, training camp, preseason planning. He'll be involved in evaluating trades, free agent targets, player development camps. He may help in recruiting coaches or supplemental staff. His impact may not be immediately visible in the win-loss column, but indicators like improved team cohesion, better defensive effort, smarter offensive sets, more consistent performances will be early signs. If Phoenix can move from disjointed to purposeful, from reactive to decisive, that will reflect Nash's influence. What about the fans? For many Suns fans, Nash's return is emotional. His number is retired. He's in the Ring of Honor. When Nash played, there was magic. Fast pace, offensive creativity, eye-catching plays. His return signals something, that even amid change, the organization values its identity, its history. It's not just winning, it's how you win. There's a sense of back to who we are in this move, and that identity could be important for young players. Knowing the club expects a certain brand of basketball, certain professionalism, certain competitiveness. Of course, there are skeptics. Some wonder if this move is more symbolic than substantive. How much power will Nash actually have? Will he be allowed to influence major decisions? Or will senior advisor prove to be a title with little bite? Also, will the dual commitments, with media, analysis, Amazon Prime, podcasting, mean that Nash can't devote all his energy to Phoenix? Can the Suns front office align behind Nash vision? How will ownership, management, coaches react when controversial calls are needed? Because culture is not changed by legends alone. It's changed by commitment, consistency, sacrifice, alignment across all parts of the team. As the 2025-26 season begins, all eyes will be on Phoenix. Will Nash's influence bring grit, discipline, sharpness, decision-making to the roster? Will young players improve in unexpected leaps? Will coaching staff adopt Nash-style philosophies or blend them into new adaptations? And can Phoenix move back into contention? Not immediately, perhaps, but with credibility and direction. Steve Nash's return is more than a headline. It is the Suns looking inward, tapping into their history and saying, "We remember who we are. We remember who built this." It's also a reminder that legacy isn't just about what you did, it's about what you can still do, even off the court. And Nash, who once orchestrated some of the most beautiful offensive play the league has seen, now has an opportunity to shape the next chapter. So, what do you think? Will Steve Nash help the Suns rediscover their glory, or will the challenges be too great? Drop your predictions, debate the impact, and if you love basketball stories of comeback, legacy, and strategy, hit that like button, subscribe, and follow, because this is going to be one of the most interesting seasons to watch.